Hey girls, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing some extra long gel nails using products from Double Dip Nails. I do already have my nails prepped how I want for this application. I do have 2 layers of gel polish, a peel base, and my nail tips on. If you want your nails to last, make sure to follow a good nail prep routine. So since I already have my nails prepped how I want, I'm ready to start the application. Like I said, make sure to prep if you do want your nails to last. After your nail prep, you want to start by taking the base coat gel. This is from one of the Polygel kits. I'm just going to be applying a thin, even layer of the base coat gel to all of the nails. When applying gels especially, you want to make sure not to get any of the product on your skin, so staying a hairline away from the sides and cuticle area of the nail is definitely important. Once the base coat has been applied to all of the nails, I did go ahead and cure for 1 minute under my UV LED nail lamp. I do already have my dappen dish filled with some rubbing alcohol. You can also use the slip solution that is included in the kit. I'm also going to be using this white polygel brush. This is included in the polygel kit as well. For the polygel color, I'm going to be using this one. This is number 35 from the Classic Edition polygel kit from Double Dip Nails. This color of polygel is a little bit more orange than I would personally prefer, but it does still look really good as a nude base. So I'm just going to be using this one for all of the nails. To apply the polygel, I'm just going to start by squeezing out a good strip of the polygel onto the nail. For this part, you kind of just have to eyeball how much you need to put on the nail. I did dip the brush in the rubbing alcohol, and I'm going to go ahead and start smoothing out the polygel. Personally, I like to start around the cuticle and sidewall areas of the nail just to make sure I have a good coverage of the polygel around those areas. I then go ahead and start smoothing out the rest of the product. Like I said, you kind of just eyeball how much polygel that you need to put on the nail based on the length. I think it's a lot easier to put too much polygel and have to remove a little bit rather than to add more polygel, because if you do have to go back and add more polygel, it is a little bit more difficult to blend in with the part that you've already spread out. So I think it's a lot easier if you just put a little bit more than you're expecting to use and just remove any of the excess polygel. So as you've seen, I had a little bit of extra polygel, so I just went ahead and put that around the apex area of the nail. I know it can be a little bit tricky to apply polygel over top of nail tips if you don't really work with polygel that often, but in my opinion, it is one of the best ways to apply polygel to your nails. I know a lot of people like to use dual forms, but that's not very customizable to your nails. And if you don't have the perfect nail shape for the dual form that you're using, you don't get the apex in the correct area, and you may also not have enough product on other areas of your nails, which can make your nails break and pop off very easily. So I think this is the best method to apply polygel to your nails. Like I said, it is a little bit of a learning curve to apply polygel this way, but I think it's definitely worth it in the long run. Another really good thing about polygel that makes it super easy for beginners is it doesn't dry on its own, so you have as long as you need to sculpt and smooth out the product to get it exactly how you want. With other products like acrylic, you have a very limited time to get the product exactly how you want, which can make it very difficult for beginners. Because polygel is a type of gel, you do have to cure it under a UV LED nail lamp to harden the product. So as long as you don't cure it, you have as long as you need to apply it. Some polygels can be more difficult to work with than other polygels. I personally think it depends on your skill set and what you like to work with. I personally like stiffer polygels, and Double Dip Nails polygels are the perfect consistency. They're not runny and they're not extremely stiff, so they are able to be moved very easily, but you don't have to worry about it flooding your cuticles. There are some brands of polygel that just completely flood your cuticles and make it very difficult to work with. So I think Double Dip Nails polygel is the perfect consistency, especially for beginners. Another thing I want to mention, especially for the beginners, is the slip solution or the rubbing alcohol is not really there because the product needs it. It's only there so the product does not stick to your brush. If you do notice that the polygel is being very sticky or difficult to work with, just go ahead and re-dip your brush in the slip solution. Another thing some people do recommend, and I have tried this before, is to use a base coat gel as your slip solution. This does work pretty well, but if you apply too much of the base coat gel, it will start running into your cuticles. Like I was saying, because Polygel does not dry on its own, I have as much time as I need to sculpt and smooth out the product, which is exactly what I'm taking my time to do. I personally don't like to file very much, so applying the Polygel very smooth is going to minimize the time that I have to spend filing the nails. So it does kind of depend what you like and what you don't like, but for me it's much easier to smooth out the product and get it as perfect as possible before curing. That way I don't have to spend as much time filing. Polygel is very easy and quick to file compared to some other products, so that is a bonus when working with Polygel. If you guys are interested in any of the products that I'm using, everything will be linked down below in the description of this video. You can also use my code KCNAILS20 and that will save you 20% off of your double dip nails purchase. I am going to go ahead and finish applying the Polygel to all of the other nails. So if you guys do watch my videos and you've seen my last video using double dip nails products, you will know that I started a new series of giveaways. So every single week I'm going to be giving away 2 half-ounce jars of dip powder from the Double Dip Nails website. This is basically a way for me to give back to you guys for all of the love and support on my social media accounts, especially here on my YouTube channel. I didn't go into detail on the restrictions in that video, but I do want to go ahead and mention it in this video. You do have to be 18 years or older, and you do have to have a United States shipping address. For the giveaway rules, all you have to do is be subscribed and turn on your post notifications to get notified of all of my posts here on YouTube. You do need to like this video to continue showing your support to my channel. And you need to comment down below which 2 colors from the Double Dip Nails website that you would like to pick and why you want those 2 colors. When you're leaving your comment down below, do make sure to leave the name of the dip powder color as well as the number. That way I can easily find the dip powder colors that you would like. Every week on Friday, I will be announcing the giveaway winner for the past week, so do make sure to have your post notifications on so you are notified if you've won the giveaway. This giveaway is not sponsored by Double Dip Nails or anyone else. I am paying for these dip powders myself. After the Polygel has been applied to all of the nails, I did go ahead and cure under the UV LED nail lamp for 60 seconds. After the nails are cured, you want to take a lint-free wipe with some rubbing alcohol to remove the sticky layer from the Polygel nails. Polygel does cure with an inhibition layer, which you do need to remove, otherwise it's going to ruin your hand files. So just make sure to remove that layer very well before shaping and filing. Next, I am going to take this hand file and I'm going to go ahead and reshape the edges of the nails. For this nail set, I am going for kind of a tapered square nail shape. Even if you pre-shape the nail tips and you apply the Polygel as best as possible, you do still need to reshape the edges of the nails after the application. Next, I am taking the Professional Portable E-File and I'm going to be using this with a fine grit sanding band to smooth the surface of the nails. You can use a hand file, but personally I like to use an E-File because it is much quicker. You do want to focus around the cuticle and sidewall areas of the nail just to make sure that everything is blended very nicely. The main purpose of this step is to get the surface of the nail as smooth as possible. Like I was saying, Polygel is very easy to file, so compared to other types of nail enhancements, Polygel is one of the quickest to shape and file. Because filing is very time consuming, I'm going to go ahead and file all of the other nails off camera. And here are the nails after they've all been shaped and filed. I'm now ready to start my nail art. I am just skipping the base coat for this design. I'm going straight in with the white gel liner from the first gel liner collection. I did make sure to remove the excess polish from the brush, and I'm going to go ahead and start doing my French tip. Now normally I do start with a dot in the center where I want the smile line to be, but for this set I just went straight in with doing the sides of the smile line. I just did a curvy line going towards the center of the nail, and I repeated the same step on the other side as well. It does seem a little bit difficult to do French tips this way, but I've done so many French tip nail sets that it basically comes like a second nature to me at this point. Once I have the initial smile line, I did go back and touch up the smile line to get it exactly how I wanted. Because the nails are quite long, I did decide to go in with the super white gel polish. This is a very pigmented white gel polish color. I'm going to be using this gel polish to fill in the tip of the nail. I did also white the sides of the nail, and this is a pro tip when applying gel polish to your nails. This just keeps the sharp nail shape that you created with filing. If you don't do this, it will start making your nails look bulky after a few layers of gel. For the ring fingernail, I am doing a half and half nail, so I just drew a straight line going down the center of the nail. I did go ahead and take the super white gel polish to fill in the left side of the nail. Once I have the side of the nail filled in, I did go ahead and touch up the line just to make it as straight as possible. For the middle fingernail, I'm going to be doing another French tip nail, so I'm just following the exact same steps that I did for the pinky. For the index nail, I am doing more of an abstract type of nail design. So with the white gel polish, I'm just going to be doing kind of like a peanut shape on the side of the nail. For the thumbnail, I'm going to be doing another half and half nail, but for this nail, I wanted the white half to be on the right side of the nail instead of the left side. I did go ahead and cure that layer of white for 60 seconds, and I'm going to be doing another layer of the white gel polish just to make sure I have a very good even coverage of the white. After the second layer of white, I did go ahead and cure that layer. Next, I am taking my marble mixing palette and this blue gel liner, again from the first gel liner collection. I'm just applying a little bit of the blue polish onto the palette because I am going to be mixing up a darker shade of blue. So to make the blue a little bit darker, I am taking the black gel liner and I'm just applying a little bit of this beside the blue. I'm going to be mixing that together using the gel liner from the blue bottle. I did add a little bit more of the blue because it looked a little bit too dark. So once I get the color like I want, I did take my dotting tool and I'm applying a dot in the center of the French tip nail. From that middle dot, I am going to be doing a few dots around it as well. I am going to be applying 5 dots around the center one. This is basically going to be a flower. Once I have all of those dots, I did go back with the gel liner brush and I'm going to be creating flower petals from those dots. Once I have that flower done, I'm going back with the dotting tool and I'm going to be adding dots, outlining the entire French tip design. So this nail set is inspired by the Clase Azul Reposado tequila bottle. If you guys have not seen it, it is one of the prettiest tequila bottles I've ever seen. I have seen quite a few people recreate nail sets with the bottle as their inspiration, and I had to recreate it because it's just so pretty. I did kind of need a darker blue than the one that I created, but I still really liked how this nail set came out. I am going to be repeating the exact same thing for the pinky nail as well. I did go ahead and cure that for about 30 seconds under the nail lamp. For the ring fingernail, I am going back with the dotting tool and I'm going to be adding 2 dots side by side going down the entire nail. I am going to be adding more to this nail design, but this is the first step to creating this nail art. Going back with the liner brush, I'm basically going to be connecting each of the 2 sets of dots with a V shape, and that V shape is touching the next set of dots. I am going to repeat the same step to all of the dots. I don't really know how else to describe this nail design, but I think it turned out really pretty. For the thumbnail, I am going to be doing the same design that I did on the other half and half nail. So for the index nail, I'm going to be doing some more flower type of nail designs. For this one though, it's kind of like stems of flowers, but instead of having the flowers or the leaves, we're just doing dots. So I just started by doing all of the dots to outline the flower stem. So going back with the liner brush, I'm just going to start dragging out the color from those dots just to create the stem design. I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same thing on the bottom portion of the nail. I did go back and touch up the nail design just by adding a little bit more of the gel polish color to all of the dots. Once I have all of the nail art done, I did go ahead and do a full cure under the nail lamp. Next, I am taking the top coat gel. Again, this is from the Polygel kits, and I'm going to be applying a good layer of this to all of the nails. I feel like this nail design would also look really pretty matte, but for this one, I did want it to be shiny. This is one of my favorite top coat gels. It does have a really good consistency. It's not too thick and it's not too thin. It's not going to be running all over your cuticle area, but it's not too thick as well. It does also give you a really pretty shine, and this is also a no wipe top coat, so after you cure you do not have the sticky layer that you need to remove from the nails. I feel like this is a really good quality top coat and it's definitely one of my favorites. I'm going to continue and add the top coat to all of the nails. I did go ahead and do a full cure under the nail lamp. Next, I am taking the Cuticle Oil, which is number 6, and I'm going to be applying this very generously to all of the cuticles. It is important to rehydrate your skin after every single manicure. And here are the nails. I think these came out so cute. I do kind of wish I made the blue a little bit darker, but I still really like how they turned out. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you're not already, don't forget to hit subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!